Greetings everybody, Rackhamdar here, bringing you another Legends of Runeterra video. Today, we're going to be showcasing a deck that I have kind of put together myself, a strategy slash concept that I find that I actually did not net deck at all. This is probably one of my proudest moments as a Runeterra player and content creator, is that I was actually able to kind of put together a concept that I'm really, that I had a concept that I came up with personally and was able to take some matches against the more top tier decks. So I will preface this by saying I only have a few games under my belt with this deck. I think I played 8 decks. The Mobalytics page that I match history on Mobalytics seems to say that I went I was like 1 2 3 4 5 6. So yeah, 4-2. So I played 6 games. Yeah, I played 6 games and went 4-2. So that's not a lot of that's a really low sample size. But I was honestly surprised. I didn't really expect to be able to compete, really, against the more competitive strategies at all. So it was really just a proud moment as a Runeterra player to finally start upgrading my skills and leveling up as a deck builder as well as a player. Obviously, if you guys have been following the channel, I mean, that's not really there, but I do have the Masters token. I do have a Road to Masters video series on the channel as well. So I am I was fine, that was the first step to prove to myself that I can actually compete at a high level and hit Masters. So the next step was to improve the deck building, and that is what we have here. I have a deck called Sit Down. And this is a really fun Noxus deck type that revolves around the card Aurok Glinthorn. This guy tells your opponent's cards to just sit down and watch as we bombard them with just a ton of damage. Basically, if your enemies are damaged, they get stunned at the start or on attack. And this is a really powerful effect and I wanted to build around it because I thought it could be a really nice finisher if played properly. The idea here being that we have Twisted Fate. We are going to be playing, we're going to be playing the red card as our main, card of choice in order to damage our opponent's board and set themselves up nicely for the Glinthorn plays. Additionally, we have things like Make It Rain. Make It Rain is going to be a 3-mana or 2-mana card that will just deal 1 to random enemies, and we can try to use this to get that damage in for our finisher as well. And then the rest of the deck is built around the Crimson Disciple and Imperial Demolitionist combo, as well as just a lot of early game aggression and defenses. One of the main problems right now, or one of the main decks going around, is the super aggro burn deck that just wins games at the start of the by the end of round 4 you're basically dead or they're gonna die. So if you're not dead by then, they're probably not going to be able to beat you because that's their whole scheme. If they can't win fast, then they don't win at all because they run out of juice. So we're trying to prevent that. We have a little bit of aggression ourselves to try and damage them. So sometimes if we draw in a certain way, we can actually sort of reliably combat them and race them. We do have the barrels to try and make our demolitionist deal more, but for the most part, because they have a lot of Piltover go face tools, they tend to outrace us in that regard. But it's possible. And all of these tools are less for the aggro, more or less to defend the aggro deck, but also to make ourselves aggressive versus mid-range and control decks. Because the idea here is that if we're against mid-range, we're going to stun all of their big units. If we're playing against Demacia, I don't have any clips unfortunately, but the idea, the theory, is that even though they'll have like a giant Badger Thorn, a Garen or whatever, or I mean Garen kind of isn't a good example because he regenerates, but they make big dudes, and they make a lot of big dudes, especially with Bannerman. So we don't care if they make big dudes, because we're going to have all of their big dudes will be somewhat damaged, and then we can stun them, and then we can kill them. So we don't care. And that's kind of the idea behind all of that. And that's pretty much what the deck is built around. We do have one copy of Katarina, a really fun champion to play. Death's Hand, Transfusion. This is a really good card. Transfusion is fantastic. Helps us stay alive, protect against damage removal. We use this pretty efficiently against a Karma Ezreal deck. This was one of the replays you'll see, is that I had 2 copies of Transfusion and was able to survive. Culling Strike is probably the first card I would cut. Culling Strike and Yordle Grifter are 2 cards that I would probably cut the fastest out of this deck. We don't have any kind of synergy with Piltover really in terms of Allegiance, so that is pretty much useless. The reason that I had him was because of Warning Shot. I was actually running 2 copies of the Riptide Rex, and I wanted some extra means of dealing or activating Plunder, and that was my go-to card of choice. However, you know, especially after I got rid of the Riptide Rex in favor of 2 Leviathan, I would getting rid of the Yordle Grifter is for sure the way to go. I'm not quite sure what I would replace it with, but I would definitely replace it. And Calling Strike is probably in that same regard. Maybe it can stay, because there are still some low health units that we can take, you know, probably kill. Twisted Fate especially being one of those. We can Calling Strike him. And there's a couple of 5-drops that we can, you know, potentially kill if we have to with the Calling Strike. Thresh, for example, is one of them as well. But I would still probably get rid of it in favor of something else. Again, I'm not quite sure. I would have to do a little bit more testing. I'm not able to play this game for 8 hours. It's one of the, you know, if you're ever wondering why the likes of Mogwai and Swim are able to make so many different decks and make them so good and so well, is because they get to play the game all day, 8 hours a day. They're able to go in, they're able to get those, you know, important experimental matches where they go in, maybe they lose, or maybe they don't win as well as they, you know, hoped, and then they realize a card's not working, or this card is working, etc., etc., and then they just, you know, tweak after tweak after tweak as they experiment and optimize. Unfortunately, I'm not quite there, because I do have a part-time job, so I'm not able to get as much time in. But I'm really enjoying this deck. If you want to see this get more optimized in the future, be sure to follow my Twitch channel. I will be streaming live on twitch.tv/Rakamdar, and you can check that out and, you know, catch me live. You'll see all of the, you know, the live tweaks and all the live thought process moments where I'm just like, you know, describing why I would, you know, switch out certain cards, if that's something of interest to you. And I definitely plan on returning to this. Maybe it is better to run this with Ember Maiden. That was the first thing that I did when I was playing on the day 1 of the expansion. I played this card with Ember Maiden. It was pretty successful and then, you know, really fun. So maybe that's the way to go, and we'll drop the Piltover, not Piltover, Bilgewater cards in favor of the Freljord. We'll have to see as I, you know, mess with it. If there's any deck that you would like to see me mess with as well, or like to see me mess with as well, I will, you know, leave a comment below. Let me know what kind of deck that you're interested in. It's a really fun deck. Swain is pretty awesome. Leviathan procs with Swain. It's just a really fun, you know, just hit people's face type of deck. And especially with the new expansion, Noxus got a lot of really cool tools in the form of Noxian Fervor and Death's Hand to help, you know, alleviate their previous weakness of not having interaction outside of combat. So that's going to be it for the deck. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more decks like this, or if you want to see more videos on the channel like this, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. I do plan on doing a lot more experimentation and deck variety. In the past, I was kind of, you know, try-harding on the ladder with the top tier decks, the tier 1 decks, but I do want to start trying to climb with some of my own creations and some of the more off-meta strategies as we move forward. I do enjoy a lot of the different decks in this game. I know I didn't play a lot of them as I was climbing before on my Road to Master series, but I do enjoy a lot of these different decks, especially Twisted Fate. He's a lot of fun. So there'll be more Twisted Fate stuff. in the future as well. But you know, I do want to mess with this deck a little bit further because I think I'm one of the only people that enjoy screwing around with the Aurok card. So I want to make this work. I want to be one of those kind of meta definers, I guess. I don't know. It's really enjoyable in a card game to see your concept actually work against the top tier decks. It really gives you a sense of pride and accomplishment and being able to create a list that can compete with the competitive decks. So I'm really happy with this and how this turned out. I'm definitely going to experiment with it further because I really like this card. It's a really fun card. So if that's something you would enjoy, be sure to follow me on Twitch and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the clips, and I'll see you in the next one. Later. So we got Elise spiders. I'm gonna do it like this. That's pretty good. So the thing is, this is probably the well, I don't know. Karina Control tends to play Vi now, so it might not be. Not sure. Alright, so yeah. That is pretty unfortunate. That's not bad.
There's nothing to fear.
We could play that. I'm gonna go for it. We have a lot of stuff in hand. We need to kind of slow this down.
Hush now.
Yeah.
You dare!
It's a lot of mana to kind of play to deal with the Elise, but oh, we could play Elise or Twisted Fate here. Twisted Fate. Nah, I think we should save Twisted Fate for like Rude Awakening. Honestly, I think we just pass here. If he wants to Brood Awakening, then we, yeah. Alright, well.
I'm not greedy. My friends, though.
Now he plays Brood Awakening. Oh. Pretty odd. I think we'll take the open attack. Wow, 4 mana for this guy? Okay.
You'll get yours. I've whipped up something special.
Remember the objectives.
There we go. I like that. We do have the Leviathan as well, so this is pretty solid. Sure.
Got a surprise for him.
Go for the open attack here. More removal here. It seems like he's playing a super heavy control strat. Another gotcha for 4 mana. That's crazy. That's priority. So he's got 7 mana, so he could Vengeance to Leviathan. I'm pretty sure I'm okay with that, honestly. Do I even want to play the Leviathan here? I might play this guy. I mean, that's the build around, right? We're doing all this specifically so this guy can pop off. Dun, dun, dun.
Take their land, bury them in it.
Playing expensive units against Shadow Isles can feel pretty pretty awful, but I think we'll do this. I'll take the pass. There's the Ledros. Okay.
Never lost a fair game, or played one.
If they don't break, they'll burn. For the glory of Noxus.
I think we got it. I think we got it.
For the Empire.
The Demolitionist comes in. Ah, that sucks. I really wish I had that last turn.
Crush them!
Lady Luck is smiling.
Yeah, Withering Whale. We do have this. Deals 1 to the Nexus. Yes, let's go. We actually made it work the first time. Sweet.
Outplayed.
Yeah, you tell him, Twisted Fate. Let's go. That's very rewarding. That's always a rewarding feeling if you play card games when your deck does very well. Karma, Vi, Lee Sin, Jesus. We're just trying to build an entire team comp for League of Legends out here. Honestly, that sounds like it could be a fun thing to try. I don't know if I need Death Lotus in this card. Vi's gonna have Tough, so like that's gonna be a problem. I don't think we want any of these, but we'll keep the Crimson Disciple because the 2-mana drop is the Eye of the Dragon, most likely. This could actually be a pretty good opportunity to kill Eye of the Dragon. So
I'll try anyone once.
oh, okay. Really good value out of that. I saw the Ionia package and I just kind of tunnel visioned.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
Okay. My turn. I know how good that card is. So he got a card from that. Trail of Evidence is pretty nutty. Get a random 2-cost card. Cost 0 this round. Yeah, this round. So now it's a 2-cost card. I think we just play Lee Sin, right? Why do I keep calling him Lee Sin? Twisted Fate. I think we just play Twisted Fate here. He's got 4 mana. No. Man, Twisted Fate into Piltover is such a rough matchup. Because you're never going to get Twisted Fate online. He's always going to have a Mystic Shot or something to deal with it. Mystic Shot, gotcha, get excited. But I think we have to.
Never lost a fair game, or played one.
I don't think we have the luxury of waiting here. Okay. Oh, that was the card that he drew. Oh, snap.
Blue as the Serpentine.
Let's go. What did he discard? Intrepid Mariner. Support. Give my support and ally elusive this round. Whoa, I didn't know that was a card.
Looks like trouble.
That could be neat. Alright. Got the Grifter.
Fortune.
Yeah.
Stick around. I'll show ya.
Is there anything we can do to prevent this Vi from clobbering our dude? I think we could try this.
Yeah, you don't want to cross me.
Alright, we didn't get the allegiance. Feels bad, man.
I don't need a point. Trouble coming at ya.
Yep. Vi is definitely a problem for this deck. He does have 7 mana Thermo Beam. What should I do? What should I do? Okay.
Empire, battle by battle.
Okay. Nice. So we just drew 2 spells. Do I want to... It's 9 damage. Make It Rain doesn't get any value really, so I think we just play it so that we can get a full attack on.
You know the value of coin.
Ravenous Flock, there it is.
Hit 'em where
He's gonna challenge my big dude. I'm okay with that. Wonder if I go for the kill. Ooh, I think I do. Because he has 4 mana. What's he gonna play at 4 mana that I really don't care about? And if we have to, maybe just play this. Killing this is probably no. Okay.
Boys.
If they don't break, they'll burn. The few for the many.
How can I help?
Okay. Oh, dang. Wow.
Safety first.
We can't play this and our Riptide.
Where there is life, there is hope. They'll be floating in the water.
Damn, it doesn't kill the Karma. But we do have this. We have the Ravenous Flock. Okay.
Knowledge springs from many sources.
Oh, he has to buff up his Vi again. Whoa! Oh, snap, dude. Holy crap. This deck is working a lot better than I expected it to. I am really liking this. Really, really liking this. Alright, so we got Sea Monster deck. I definitely want the early aggression tools. Burn him down before he can get online. Kind of okay.
I'll burn for what I've done. Didn't know the boss had sent for ye.
Don't know much, do ya?
Let's get to it.
Sizio's 5. Jiminy. Alright.
Didn't know the boss had sent for ye.
Don't know much, do ya? Clear off.
You poor thing.
Alright, he used one of his, he just tossed one of his grasps, so we don't have to worry about that. Jettison. Okay. I like seeing that card get obliterated instead of it obliterating my stuff.
This'll send them running. Suppose you want in on this.
I suppose I should leave ye be.
We'll pass and bank the mana here. We do have spells, we're just not drawing them. So what is this? How much is he? He's pretty close to deep. Draw.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one. Who says I don't share?
What are we gonna get? Katarina is actually pretty decent. We could go for Katarina. Depends. What's he gonna play for 6 mana? One of his cards does the obliterate.
Gotta
6
trust your
mana.
instincts.
I feel like I want to go for this. Grasp doesn't kill. He could play a unit, which makes this attack weaker.
Take their land. Bury them in it.
Oh, he's searching for some kind of answer. Alright, that card sucks. He's got deep now though. Thankfully these are still damaged, so
Crush them.
we get to do this.
Go need riches.
We strike now.
And I will do this first because he wants to block.
No retreat.
He definitely wants to block this first.
Let's get to it. No!
Damn, he still had one of those. That sucks.
Be nothing left when I'm done. You got legs. Use them.
Let the bloodshed begin.
Give me the stuff! Stuff makes happy!
A little curious why he's continually doing that.
It's just a nick.
Alright, come on. Give me some cards. Those are not cards that I'm looking for.
Blood for Noxus!
Bad! You bad!
Violence solves everything!
No!
The water rises.
Man, he managed to stall it out. Fuck, dude. 3 mana though.
Let the bloodshed begin.
Together at last.
Oh snap.
Do you hear the call?
Can Twisted Fate bring this back? Or are we screwed? Probably screwed.
I guess you can win them all.
Man, we were so close. We're so close.
Pull them under.
Charmed, I'm sure. You're bluffing.
Oh, GG. GG. Karma Ezreal. Oh boy. Oh boy. No interaction. Okay. So this deck wants to play the Eye of the Dragon on turn 2. So if you mulligan for it, there's a really good chance they have it. So I think we just want to play this now.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat.
And if he drew Mystic Shot or anything else to deal with it, then we just cry.
The dead don't need riches.
Yeah, it's kind of expected, but oh well.
Be nothing left when I'm done.
Hopefully he doesn't have Static Shock here. That'd feel pretty bad.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
Okay, so played the Eye of the Dragon as expected. Kill this. Calling Strike's has been putting in some decent work. Oh. Okay, that's 3 mana for a Thermo Beam. Kind of okay with that. Ezreal's 2 out of 8. So he could have Static Shock. Oh.
I've whipped up something special. This'll send them running.
Okay, I like that. I'm okay with that. And that gives me the opportunity to
War Mason,
play
reporting
this.
for duty.
Now that he can't deal with the
For
barrels.
the glory of Noxus.
A lot of damage.
Know your enemy.
That's a lot of mana. This is kind of scary.
The dark beckons.
Okay. Do I go for a big hit there? What kind of stuff might he be playing or sitting on that would make him hesitate there? I feel like you would potentially thermo this, even though it is kind of a waste. And right now he's on exact thermo beam range. So that's no good.
Strike at their foundations. It's too late for you.
Okay. Okay, I like the Twisted Fate here. He's using that at 4 mana.
Beauty charms while claws take hold.
Okay. So it'll be 10 damage here. And we'll be on Swain.
I'm always up for a round or two.
Another Mystic Shot. Thermo Beam, what you got?
I'm a people person.
This deck does not run a lot of units. This is like one of the big ones. And then the concussive palm unit, all sorts of stuff. This is a pretty big swing we're gonna get into here, I hope. Lots of tools that he could have to like really shut it down, but we kind of have to go for it. Getting a lot of mana here.
We strike now.
Mystic Shot, lots of stuff. Will of Ionia, concussive palm again. Oh, he's gonna go for the kill on that thing. Damn. There's a lot of resources for that too. Hello?
Endless war.
Alright, what did he... Discarded a Rummage and an Ezreal to kill that thing.
Deploying.
I think this is the right call. He's got 2 mana, or 2 cards left. Ezreal. Oh, that makes sense, I guess. Why would you discard an Ezreal if you didn't have one other one in hand? We're in a pretty... We're still at 20. We're still at 20. I mean, he's gonna kill Twisted, which we're mostly okay with. So... like, we're pretty okay with that. Yeah. Ezreal levels up.
Charged. I'm out. I'm so good, I surprised myself.
Let's go, Swain.
By my hand will Noxus rise. Grand General.
The Order rewards its faithful. Let me show you what I can do.
No. He literally just top decked that, I think, with the elusive there. Let's play this.
Empire, battle by battle. I've taught you well, my boy.
Patience and virtue.
Oh shit, he had Yone? Come on. He just top decked like twice in a row, the godliest of fucking everything. Come on, man. Mega Rain, I like that.
Dangerous. I'm in.
Clearly we block the
Your path ends here.
wow, those are literally the worst targets. No, not really. Swain's got a fearsome tag, so these two can't block him. So making it so that these guys can get stunned by this guy is pretty good.
Spring raindrops.
Okay. So he's got 3 cards.
Destination in sight. Bring these lands to their knees.
Can we survive? Yeah, he's doing 4 damage with the Mystic Shot in hand. And clearly he doesn't have Karma, or he would already have played her. Yeah, you play Karma here, 100%. You have 10 mana.
Charged. I'll do what must be done.
Oh, he top decked Yone.
Fire!
Alright.
Such little lives.
Let's go.
Leave them nothing.
Oh, let's go. I'm honestly kind of surprised we did so well against that deck.
And only one way.
The transfusions, man. Switching the Death Lotus for transfusions definitely what made that such a better. Okay, holy crap, can I, you know, speak properly? The transfusion switch was definitely what made that, you know, a winnable situation. If we had Death Lotus instead of transfusion there, like, we just lose 100%. Alright, Draven Ezreal, this is an old archetype. I'm so curious how these people are getting gold. Like, if you have the Master's token, you shouldn't be in gold at all. Alright. So, I like this, honestly, I really do. Crimson Disciple on 2 into Demolitionist with Make It Rain backup. Death's Hand. Maybe playing the Death's Hand that last game was kind of the problem. Man, that's kind of awful. We're also always going on evens when we're playing against the aggro deck, which is kind of annoying. Like, they want to go on odds. Alright. So,
I'll try anyway.
develop this. Hopefully he doesn't have a unit himself. Oh god, that's such an annoying... Such an annoying card for him to pull. I hate this card so much. This card's probably the one card out of the... We could go for a double Make It Rain and hope we get this guy. Yo, nice.
Run while you can.
Okay, ready.
I'm cool with this. Omega Rain's pretty disgusting card. Alright,
Packed 'em good.
what's the 4-drop or the threat here? He's playing Ezreal as well, so this is kind of... Ooh. Yeah, he's also playing Ezreal. I mean, I guess they play Static Shock in the burn build anyway.
I love a taste of the action. For the Empire.
He could get excited at this, which is pretty scary. Oh, he is. Oh, what? Gonna go face?
Make the Empire proud. No one's the wiser. My turn. I have my orders. Oh, I can't wait.
God axes need victims.
Let's get a good look at you.
Damn.
beautiful face.
Look what you... Damn it!
Oh, he had the precious pet.
I'll buy us some time.
I wish I saw what he discarded. I knew it. I knew that was a mystic shot. I knew it was a mystic shot. So if I played my card in response to the get excited, he was just going to mystic shot right after that for... Or, well, I guess it doesn't matter the combination there, but that one guarantees a lethal play, whereas the other one, he could potentially save himself by killing the card that I'm about to target, and then that extends the game, potentially giving him the opportunity to top deck another card that he could use. So that one guarantees lethal. I'm pretty sure if I used that in response to get excited, he would, even if he mystic shots, mine resolves before get excited, so there's that. So that one guarantees lethal. Really happy about that. That was a pretty I'm glad I was patient with that one, because I was thinking about it and I was like, he's probably got a mystic shot here.